Hi, welcome to the new episode of The Young and the Restless. We open up at the Abbott house, and Tracy welcomes Jack home, and he tells her about his engagement with Diane. At first, Tracy was not happy about it, but then she gathered herself and congratulates Jack and tell him that he deserves love and happiness. Then we see Phyllis goes into the lobby of the Grand Phoenix and she texts Jeremy telling him that she is there. Then we hear Jeremy calls her out her name. Phyllis is frustrated by this and she tells Jeremy that they are not supposed to be seen together in public, nor should they have any contact. Just as they were about to go upstairs to meet, Diane walks in and says that she should have known Phyllis was lying all along. Over at the coffee house, Danielle and Lily meet up, but just before she goes off to court, and Lily has to go to the hearing with Devon. Then we go over to Devon's and we see him and Abby are at his place and they are preparing as he also is getting ready to go to court. And they talk about Devon seeing Amanda again for the first time since the breakup. And Abby wants to go to court with Devon, but Devon tells her that that's a good idea for her to come. Over at the coffee house, Danielle tells Lily not to feel bad and beat herself up about the situation because she has done everything to fix it and she needs to do everything to win on her end. Back at Devon's, Abby claims that she doesn't understand why Devon doesn't want her there. Abby, this is what you get deserved. You're being put in second place. You left your good husband chance for Devon. But Devon claims that he is protecting her from what might happen if Amanda sees her. And he tells her to stay at home and take care of their son. At this point, I'm like, where is Chance? We haven't seen Chance in a few episodes. Back at the Grand Phoenix, Phyllis tells Diane that she didn't lie. Diane doesn't buy it. And Jeremy claims that he came back for his lucky socks. And Diane should know about his lucky socks, but she still doesn't buy it. Jeremy claims that Phyllis knew nothing about it. And then Diane says that she is not afraid of Jeremy. So Jeremy can do whatever and be in Genoa City as he can. Phyllis asks Jeremy if he bought it. And Phyllis says that she doesn't buy it at all. Then we see Nicky and Tracey meet up at Society to discuss the gala. The masked gala that is happening in the night. They go through the final preparations and details as they all prepare for it. Then we go back to the Grand Phoenix and Diane says that Phyllis and Jeremy are a match made in hell. And Diane is hypocritical and calls Phyllis out for her low down action. I'm like, Diane, who are you to tell Phyllis about low down action? You're acting pretty holier than thou. It seems like you forgot what you have done. Then Phyllis calls out Diane's hypocrisy. And Diane claims that she has changed. Really, Diane? Diane tells Phyllis all her attacks made her stronger and pushed her and Jack even closer. When is she going to give up? Then Diane couldn't help herself, so she tells them that they are gonna hear news soon that will make her redact the statement about Jack not wanting her. Then she hurries and leaves, running off to go tell Jack. Back at Society, tries to lie about the news she has, and Nicky tells her that she is not a good liar, and they discuss Jeremy Stark. Nicky thinks that what Tracey has been hiding is about Jeremy Stark, but that's not the case. She's hiding the fact that Diane and Jack are engaged. Then we see Nicky throws Phyllis under the bus and says all Jeremy being town has everything to do with Phyllis and not her. As predicted, Diane runs home to tell Jack. She tells him that she ran into Phyllis and Jeremy. Jack rants about Phyllis not changing and Phyllis has been a horrible person all along. And I'm like, Jack, look in front of you. You have the nerve to judge Phyllis for not changing, but Diane has done worse. She has faked a death. I'm sick of Jack's character by now. Diane thinks it's a plan to let their guard down by Phyllis telling Summer and Kyle the story and inviting them back into town. Jack wonders what are they planning. Back at the Grand Phoenix, Phyllis and Jeremy wonders what the news is that Diane talked about, and Jeremy tells her not to get distracted and focus on their plan. Stop worrying about Jack and Diane. Back at the Abbott house, Jack claims that he is disappointed that Phyllis let her hatred for Diane lower her to work with Jeremy. Diane thinks Phyllis will go to whatever extent because she hates everything about her and she has lost everything, including her kids. Then Diane claims that everything Phyllis does, she always justifies her behavior. Diane, you are the pot calling the kettle black right here. You have taken no accountability for anything that you have done. Back at society, Tracy tries to make Diane. Jeremy tries to make sexual pass and moves on Phyllis. However, she shuts him down and tells him not to get distracted. Over at the coffee house, before Lily leaves, Danielle props up Lily and tells her that she has done nothing wrong and she is right with every move that she made. And we see Abby does the same simultaneously with Devon. Then after Devon leaves, we can see Abby is thinking about memories of her and Devon talking about love. And we can see by Abby's face that she's falling in love with Devon. And I think Devon is also doing so. Then over at society, we see Jeremy runs into Nicky, and Jeremy claims that he wants to make a donation to Nicky's organization. Then he tells Nicky that of the three of them, she is the most intriguing of them all, knowing that where she has come from is the same where Jeremy came from. Nicky tells Jeremy not to make any assumptions about her, and she tells him to leave town. And Jeremy tells her he is not a threat to her. He just wants to make a donation to the society. Then we see Phyllis goes over to the Abbott house, and as she knocks on the door, she runs into Tracey, tells Tracey that she is there to meet up with Summer. Tracey lets her in and then leaves. And we see Phyllis finds Diane's bag because she's there to steal some items for her, and she finds the ring. While attempting to steal it, Diane comes down and asks what the hell is she doing there. Says that she is no longer invited there since she's working with Jeremy. Back at society, Nicky tells Jeremy that she no longer gives much about Diane. But Jeremy continues to try to recruit Nicky. Nicky then tells him to shove up his donations. She doesn't need it. And threatens that she might put Victor onto him. And threatens Jeremy not to come to the gala because he's not invited. Jeremy, however, tells Nicky that he will make the gala a night to remember. Phyllis tells Diane that she is there for Summer, and Diane claims that she shouldn't be anywhere near this house since she's working with Jeremy. Phyllis pretends that she got a text from Summer and leaves after she got the ring. Then we see Lily approaches Devon in the to find common ground before they enter the courtroom, and Amanda walks in and tells Lily not to say another word. Thanks for watching. Bye.